Retirement myths get repeated so often, they start to feel like facts. Like, you need $3 million dollars now to retire, or you can't retire until 67. But when you test those assumptions with your actual numbers, the outcome can look very different. Hi, everyone. Mike Pappis here. I'm a certified financial planner professional and the head of support at Boldin. Today, we'll break down 4 retirement myths, and I'll show a quick real example in Boldin that proves why rules of thumb can mislead you. Let's start with the one that shows up everywhere. You've heard versions of it. I need $2 million, $3 million, $5 million to retire. A single number feels reassuring, but retirement is a cash flow plan, not a scoreboard. That number only means something when it's tested against your spending, timeline, and assumptions. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine 2 couples, Michael and Diana, John and Linda. They're both 62 and plan to retire at the end of the month. They both have $1.8 million in savings. Same assumed rates of return, same timing on Social Security. On paper, they look identical. Now, here's the only difference. Michael and Diana plan to spend $8,000 a month in general recurring expenses in retirement, whereas John and Linda plan to spend $11,000 per month. Before I show you the results, pause for a second. Same portfolio balance, same retirement age. Do both plans work? Let's run Michael and Diana first. They're retiring now. They're spending $8,000 per month in recurring expenses, increasing at the general inflation rate of 2.54% they have set in their plan. As we see, their plan holds up. Strong probability of success at 93%. Now, we switch to John and Linda's retirement plan. Same amount of money in investments, same retirement timing. The only change here is that they're spending $11,000 per month in recurring expenses. As we see, the probability drops meaningfully to 60%. Michael and Diana can retire comfortably. John and Linda will either need to think through their spending throughout retirement or work slightly longer. Same $1 million number in savings. Completely different outcomes. So how much do you really need to retire? It's not a universal magic number. It's a number that makes sense given your spending, assumptions, and how you want retirement to actually look. One of those assumptions leads to our next retirement planning myth. You may have told yourself, I need to work until 65. Many people anchor to that age because of Medicare. Or maybe you told yourself retirement starts at 67 because that may be your Social Security full retirement age, if you were born in 1960 or later. These are the retirement ages you've heard as standard, so they start to feel like rules. But retirement age isn't a rule. It's a variable, an assumption. When you enter your real numbers into a retirement model, like Boldin, something interesting often happens. You may discover you could retire earlier than you thought. In fact, we hear that all the time. One Boldin user recently said, using Boldin has given me the confidence that instead of retiring at 60, then maybe 58, and finally 57, I was able to iterate my plan to the point where a real retirement date is highly likely. Boldin lets me map out my spending needs, withdrawals, taxes, Roth conversions, IRMA, and RMDs. That's what creating a retirement plan does. It replaces guesswork with iteration. You don't retire when the calendar says you should. You retire when the numbers support the life you want. And that flexibility becomes even more important when you consider the next retirement planning myth. You might think retirement planning is something you do once you have more income, more savings, more margin. But here's the reality. You have goals regardless of your income level. Whether you earn $30,000 a year or $300,000 a year, you likely want the option to stop working at some point. You want security. You want flexibility. You want choices. When your resources feel tight, understanding your trade-offs becomes even more important. not less. When money is tight, small choices matter more. A slightly higher savings rate, a few expense cuts, or one extra working year can change the outcome, but only if you model it. Retirement planning isn't about being wealthy. It's about understanding how the money you do have behaves over time and how it connects to the life you want later. The real risk isn't your level of wealth, it's disengagement, which brings us to the final belief. You build your retirement plan, it looks good, you feel relief, you move on, but the value isn't in a plan, it's in planning. Markets move, spending changes, taxes and rules change. Your plan needs updates. A Boldin user said it best: nothing is ever constant. Using Boldin as an ongoing projection tool, I will be able to have the confidence to spend and maintain my retirement. That's why ongoing updates build confidence. Confidence doesn't come from building a plan once, it comes from revisiting it as conditions change and adjusting intentionally. Over a 25 to 30-year retirement, small changes compound. A quick check in a few times a year keeps you proactive instead of reactive. If you've believed any of these retirement assumptions, you're not alone. Most of us hold on to certain ideas about retirement before we ever test them. Which myth have you heard the most? The magic number? The right age? Or planning is only for the wealthy? Drop it in the comments. We read every comment and many of them shape future videos. If this was helpful, subscribe for more guidance on retirement planning and modeling smarter decisions. And if you want to test your own plan instead of relying on general benchmarks, sign up for the Boldin Planner for free today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and happy planning to you all.